I travel the world and I wake up in many places, many magical places. I woke up that morning, the most magical morning of my life. Walking downstairs for breakfast, I knew that this was exactly the way I wanted to wake up every morning for the rest of my life.
Architecture, I believe, is not art. It is something which can house art and which could be about art, and art can be coming in, the art of living, but it's the art of bringing many things together to make it a comfortable place, because it's always people living there mostly, and it's not a show place for magazines all the time.
He pulled out a pad. He started sketching, putting together a lot of random sketches, and we were fascinated by what he was doing.
Listening to architects in their language and their vision of what they talk about or they want you to see, it sort of pushes the envelope a little bit, especially for me, and I like that.
What amazed me about Peter and Turkey's house was that as innovative and surprising as each space was, one flowed into the next with absolute comfort and ease. And yet, every time one turned a corner, there was a new surprise, a new delight, a new effect of light on a wall, a floor, or a ceiling.
This incredible layering of patterns, a pastiche, if you will, even, where the sunlight throughout the day creates different patterns on the walls and the ceiling, and those, to me, are great, great moments.
In my architectural upbringing, everything was white or gray, so I was really interested in the idea of color. And when I built houses prior, I kind of experimented with color, and I felt that a kind of earthy red and an ochre yellow were for me the colors of choice. When you combine them is an orange, which is the color of life, the color of universal well-being and energy.
He wanted a Nevada palette, and when we started with it, it actually became really interesting, because if you look around the house, you'll see the purple. That's the purple from our mountains. The green you see is the green sage. The yellow is, the sun's always out in Nevada, which is kind of nice.
Nothing is arbitrary, and the trellis, of course, is an integral part of the house, and these sort of geometric square blocks wouldn't be the same without it.
So this was always for me very important, to look at not only how you design the house, but how the house behaves during the day, and what things get warm, what things get cold, when people are in the house. Most of the time they're in the house in the morning and in the evening, so that is also colors in a way how you design the house.
My wife and daughter during the winter would go into the loft upstairs, and she would read to her, and it would be snowing, and they'd have hot chocolate.
I get to see the hillside, I get to see the snow coming in, or the rain, the sunshine. So the elements are always in front of me. Wildlife is always in front of me.
During certain times of the year, particularly in the summer, you can sit out in front on the front patio, and as the sun sets, it creates these remarkable shadows, almost like Maynard Dixon type shadows, long shadows, and the colors of the mountains are every shade of purple, rose, crimson, and they're constantly changing. And if you're lucky enough, there's a remarkable, unbelievable moonrise that just absolutely takes your breath away.
It has to be comfortable, it has to be not too edgy, because you put in your own life, so it can go on and live beyond that.
Even after 20 years, we're constantly discovering new, interesting architectural elements in the house that we may not have noticed in years and years. And sometimes I'll sit back and I'll go, wow, that was pretty amazing.
Hi. Hello.
This is the dog.
This is the dog.